That's a big price tag.
It's a huge price tag. But look, at the end of the day, Apple and music have been together for a very long time. It's part of the company's brand and part of the company's big revenue stream for the company. And it's fallen behind both in the hardware space and the streaming music space. So on the hardware front, Beats Electronics brings Apple those headphones that everybody wears, managed to go mainstream without losing its cool. And on the streaming music side, you have Beats Music, which has garnered a lot of attention. I don't know about how successful it has been on the business side because they haven't released numbers as it relates to the business of Beats Music.
Right,
but
so is it worth $3 billion?
Many analysts would agree that it is not worth that much.
Yeah.
What is concerning to a lot of analysts is, look, you've never had Apple really acquire a brand. Actually, you've never really had Apple do many big deals. I think the last one was back in 2007, and that was considered big. It was $400 million. Here you have, $3.2 billion deal for essentially what boils down to a brand that is cool. It's not a new technology. It's not anything that's going to move the needle forward for Apple on the technology front, but it is a very cool brand. And look, Apple has a lot of money. They have $150 billion overseas, but that money is not accessible in the U.S. because they don't want to pay a large tax bill. Apple has had to issue debt to give shareholders value back in the form of dividends and buybacks. So yes, it is a blip on their overall cash balance, but if you actually look at their operations here in the U.S., it's not a small number, even for Apple.
No, but it's a great point, Cristina, because this is maybe marking a real change here at Apple, whereas you mentioned for years they had not acquired. It's all about organic growth. It's about developing their own brand. It's not about acquiring others. So this could be a really significant sea change here at Apple.
It can be, and what would be interesting to see is when this deal is officially announced, how many of those music executives like Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine actually stay with Apple and help them develop the strategy, because that's going to be the big question, right? Part of the reason that Beats Music and Beats Electronics has been so successful is because you've had those music industry guys behind it. What happens now? Look, they're going to get a big paycheck. They're going to get some cash out of this deal, absolutely. Are they going to stick with Apple and make sure the brand continues to stay cool?